Hi, Sally.
Hi, Sally.
She's
Joining the audio, I guess.
Sally, you can hear us? Sally, can you hear us? No, she.
You can hear us?
Awesome. Sally is a very tech-savvy human. If out of all of us, if somebody is here who's tech-savvy, is Sally. So she should not have any problem. Ayushree, the stage is yours. Please go ahead. Let's start the show.
Yes, Shikha. Everyone can hear me well? Yes. So a very good evening to everyone who has joined us today. This is the
There is an echo.
Yeah, there's an echo.
I believe you are opening two tabs. That's why there's an echo.
Just give me a second, please.
Anyway, so while Ayushri just does it, give me a thumbs up, Ayushri. I welcome because we are live and we are going on many channels. So we just need to just get the show going. Karteekka and Sally.
I think now it's fine. You guys can hear me
it's
well?
perfect.
Sorry.
Thank you for coming.
Yes.
Ayushri, go ahead.
Sorry, Shikha. Yeah. So a very good evening, everyone who has joined us today. And thanks a lot, Karteekka and Sally, for doing this for us. We are so excited to have you both on this show. There are a few people in the audience who might have joined us before, and there might be new people. We are live now on Vidphone. So there are people who have joined us live here. Simultaneously, we are live on all our social media channels. That's LinkedIn, YouTube, and Facebook. So, our outreach, a lot more people are hearing us right now. So, very excited for this. This is the session 2 of the Comeback of the Mom series with Shikha. So, Vidphone and Mom, that is Mothers United Moment, we are very happy to collaborate with Shikha to, restart this series. And this is the second one where we are going to talk about the power of self-love. And that's so important. And obviously, I can't wait to hear all you amazing moms, including Shikha, share your stories. But before that, I would just like to introduce Karteekka and Sally. I would just introduce you guys and hand it over to Shikha, and we can take it from there. Sounds good, Shikha?
Absolutely.
Yes. So thanks, Karteekka. So Karteekka Tyaggi is a lawyer and an advocate for women's financial independence. Karteekka, thanks a lot for joining us today, and we would hear about your journey more from you as we move ahead on the session. Thanks, Shikha, again for connecting us to both Karteekka and Sally and getting them on the show today. Sally AbdelAziz is a meditation and a breathing teacher and specializes in hypnotherapy. Sally, we are very excited to have you two with us. I know both of you have a long list of things, in your bios to share, and there's so much, but I just don't want to go on reading that. Instead, I want us to hear it from you guys as we move on the session, because I'm sure the question Shikha would ask, that a lot of you know a lot about you by the end of it. So over to you, Shikha, without wasting any more time.
Thanks to Vidphone, first of all, for conducting this. Ayushri being so graceful, always Jagat for in the back end, always helping move this forward and providing space for conversations in spite of their busy schedules. They are busy this thing and they're providing. So thank you for providing space for conversations and conversations for mothers. It's a space where very few people are doing it right now. So thank you for doing that. And the idea of Vidphone and Mum coming together is to explore this new platform called Vidphone. And Kaishi's been kind enough not to introduce Vidphone today, so I'm going to do it on her behalf because I'm partnering with her. So Vidphone is a video channel, and it is a way you can conduct meetings within your clients. There are many things that can happen internally. They have many layers of private meetings, etc., that you can do and conduct. So that's with Vidphone quickly.
Yeah, I would add a little bit at the end of the session today, Shikha. So that's why but thanks for that. And I think let's hear from them. And at the end, they would share something
Yeah, so I just wanted to introduce Vidphone as well because we're going live and people can't reach till end. And Mothers United Movement is an initiative, it's an intention, it's a journey. I don't know what all words can be used for Mothers United Movement. It's not a company, it is not a place where we're doing marches for mothers' rights, but we are here to bring inspiration back to mothers, and we are doing that through self-portrait, we are doing that through visual expression, stories, connecting together, making opportunities for these moms to know each other globally. And 100 is not a small number. It's a book called 100 Self-Portrait, 100 Dreams. And I'm happy to know that Kartika and Sally both are also, we generally in the show, we have moms from everywhere, but Kartika and Sally are both from the book as well. So Kartika and Sally both, I felt, were very perfect for the self-care advocacy. Um, and I want to start by, you know, talking to Kartika, and then I'll go on to Sally. And why Kartika would think I'm a lawyer and she's taken me for self care, but I just feel that Kartika is the epitome of showing up so beautifully and at the same time maintaining so much professionalism, doing so much for so many women who have forgotten self care, and financial self care is self care as well. To understand that whether financially are we taking care of ourselves, are we thinking we are worth it to go back to the work, that's part of self care, and she really advocates that. Not only that, she has a lot of hidden stuff that she stands up for women's rights. She's in Dubai and Switzerland, is it?
Switzerland.
Switzerland. And both the places she's been standing up for women, for their air rights, for their rights as they need, whenever they need help. And she does a lot of stuff quietly as well for women who cannot afford to have a lawyer. So it's an honor to know you, Kartika. And to go on from there, I know personally that you've taken a journey from a place where you thought you didn't take care of yourself to a place today that you take care of yourself, and that journey, becoming a mom in between, standing up for so many mothers, becoming this extraordinary lawyer, uh, a great blogger, an influencer. It doesn't happen without self-care. So if we have to start, what is your journey in the journey of self-care, if you have to say this to the mothers?
First of all, thank you very, very much, Shikha, and thank you, Vidphone. Thank you, Ayushree, for having me here. It's actually an honor to be a part of this discussion. And this is a topic I know, Shikha, that is very, very close to my heart. You know it already. Why? And you rightly put it that financial self care, or standing up for yourself, keeping your finances and money under your control is also a part of self care, which we forget. Self care usually you would see uh, on social media, on various platforms, that women are going to spa, or for therapy. That is not just self care, but also to be able to afford all that yourself with your money is self care. And when I talk about myself, I, of course, I mean, started as a young lawyer in India, and then my husband moved to Dubai. I moved along with him. I was very, very young into the profession. Also, I was newly married, young myself, inexperienced. So it was a very new world to me, absolutely new. For 2 months, I know, when I moved to Dubai, I had no job. I had nothing to do. And those 2 months, Shika, I would say, were actually the hardest for me. I don't know why, but there was a very weird feeling. Every day I would stand in the balcony waiting for my husband to come home, and I felt, what am I doing with my life? I was looking actively for a job, but of course, it was a new setup, new system, new legal system, completely new. Plus, I was a very, very young lawyer. So for me to find the meaning to my life was so important at that point. And every day, I would just try to keep myself busy, washing bed sheets, taking out all random jobs in the house, just to see, yes, I'm busy, I'm doing something with my life. The day I found a job, which was, of course, my mentor and my ex boss who helped me find it. Uh, the day I had that job, that probably was the biggest achievement for me. I was on cloud nine. I knew, and my husband knew it. He knows that this woman. if she doesn't go out of the house and does something for herself, she's probably going to be miserable in her life. So he was actively, looking out for something. He was actively introducing me to people. The day I found it, I realized, yes, this is my purpose. This is me. I started off with a very low salary. That was not, something that deterred me. What I realized that, yes, now I have my own money and I don't have to go back to my husband and ask him, okay, listen, I need to buy this or I need to get this thing done. Can I ask you for some money? He would never say no, but that self-respect of mine just somehow would pull me back from doing that. I would buy things, when I didn't have job for 2 months, I would go and buy and then not tell him, because I felt so miserable that I was just taking his money. And I know a lot of people would say, why his money, your money? This is marriage, two of you are together. But I feel, and I know I don't, a lot of people may disagree with me. You have your money, you have your respect. You are standing up on your feet, people respect you. And even children, when people grow old, even children respect parents when they have their own financial standing, when they have their own means, financial means to take care of themselves. This I really realized in those 2 months. And as I progressed through my career, I saw so many women, because I was working a lot in succession and family law. Women would come to me when their spouses would pass away or their parents would pass away or they would be going through a divorce, and they would give me shocking stories. When I say shocking, shocking means they don't know what is an ATM, they don't know the ATM password of their husband, they don't know what kind of bank accounts their husbands have left or fathers have left, what businesses, how much money they have, who was managing the business, what kind of business. Once they pass away, they don't know how to get back that business, or how to get their end of service gratuity from their employer. So these questions kept coming to me, and it was so shocking for me to know that women who were educated enough to even have a career of their own, and some of them would be career women. When I say career women, they would be working and they are making their own money, still they don't know all these things. That was just, that came as actually, as a surprise to me. And I realized that all these women, fine, they first need help with sorting this issue at hand, but also what they need is help with general stuff, which is life. How to really move forward and what to do with their life, how to secure themselves as they move forward. So I started talking to them and I started giving them just general knowledge based on my personal experience, how you can secure your business, how you can secure yourself, insurance, investments, bank accounts, etc., etc., children's education, what can happen if someone passes away, how should what is a power of attorney. So these women would have no knowledge of this, and slowly and gradually what happened, I actually was enjoying this. The smile and the thank you that I would get from them was my biggest reward. And what I realized that soon, I would get calls from my friends, I would get calls from these clients friends and friends, and my number was circulating on groups, certain random Facebook groups. And just recently, last week, I got a call from another Swiss solicitor who said, I'm in Dubai right now, I was wondering if you're here. I said, no, I'm back home in Geneva. She said, I got your number from a women rights group and they are saying that I must meet you. I said, okay, I'm happy. I'm glad. It's an honor if somebody said that to you. She said, I need to see what you're doing, the kind of work you're doing. So this situation up to that point, when I was randomly helping women, people then, I would get SOS calls. Okay, I need this help. I need that help. That's how, I actually, I enjoy doing it. That is one part. But then two, when I saw these women going from zero to now taking care of all their finances, it was a great feeling. That's when I felt, yes, I've achieved my purpose in life. It was not just taking care of probably my job, my finance, my money, but also when I'm helping other women do it. That's the feeling, that I was probably looking for. That is my reward. That is my, when you say job satisfaction, I think I get my job satisfaction from this. This is probably this gives me pleasure. This gives me happiness when I see these women coming up and learning something. And now, of course, I'm working on a very, very structured program for a lot more women, because I've realized women are into business, but of course they don't know, what are the nitty-gritties of the businesses. Women are doing their own work, but they don't know, what they should do. They're still relying heavily on their spouses, their fathers, their parents, their friends, for that matter. I really want to cut that dependence and turn it to complete independence. When we
Okay.
talk
So I'll
about
take it from there. When I love your enthusiasm and thanks for just like so enthusiastically taking it. And what I love about your journey is, and I'm why you're here is about self care. Is financial self care is very important, and we all deserve it. And that's one thing that gets ignored. So thank you for doing this, Kartika, coming so far from volunteering to help women to coming all the way and finalizing a program and doing it. And I know that Kartika's mom is also in the book. She's a lot into self care as well. She's an actor who became an actor at the age of 54 or 55. She got into acting at 50, very late, and she's an actor and incredible person. I met her in the book launch as well. So, great family. And thank you for being so courageous and showing path to others. And I'll move on to Sally. And Sally is a stay at home mom and she's an entrepreneur now. Okay. And she's got 4 kids, 5 kids. Sally, four? You have 4 kids?
My specialing now in sleeping disorders.
No, but how many kids do you have? Four? Five?
I have two
Two.
sons. Yeah.
Okay, so I'm mixing some other person right now. Homeschooling both the kids, and now she's moving forward and becoming an expert of sleep. She's a hypnotherapist, and she is helping women. Again, why have I brought you guys here? Is that yes, we can talk about self care when it comes to our skin. We can talk about self care when it comes to our hair. We can talk about self care about time, gym, financial self care, sleep self care. These are two aspects that are heavily ignored, and that's the conversation we need to know. So, Sally, please tell us a little bit about yourself. Let's keep, because we have two more questions to answer, so we'll keep it a little brief and direct so that we can go on to more conversations. And so, where are you from? From Egypt, now you're in Saudi. And how did you get into hypnosis, healing, and now dealing with sleep as a journey and helping women to start sleeping again?
Yeah, hi everyone. It's of course an honor to be here and to share uh, what I'm experiencing as a woman, as a mom, because it is a totally different experience to be a woman, and especially in the Middle East or even in the Eastern world, it's something that is not dealt with in the perfect way. And I had a lot of questions from the early childhood. Why I'm here as a woman? Why not a man? Men are taking everything for their favor. They're doing whatever they want to do. And this actually annoyed me a lot and felt like I don't like to be a girl. I don't like to be a woman. I don't like to be a mom. I will not get married once ever. So all these questions just keep chattered in my mind, and I wanted to eagerly find answers to these questions. Why are we created a woman, and why are we created moms? Why are we having all this journey to have a child and to raise up this child, and then this child becomes a man or a woman again, and all this system, why it is created like this in this way? Actually, I found the answers to all these questions, and it was amazing to find these answers. And actually, knowing that it is a system that helps us and be more connected to the divine source. And we as women are actually, this is a privilege. This is an amazing honor for us to be women, because we are the connection between the source of the creator to the whole earth. Men can't do this without us. And this is actually an amazing realization I did realize. Um, Coming to sleep, I also had a lot of questions. Why do we sleep 1/3 of the day? And it is actually so harsh, because this is a lot of waste of time. And for me, productivity is just a great value. And I love to be productive and active and do a lot of things. So sleep was something that is oh my God, it's time for sleep and I don't want to sleep. So I also had to find answers to this question. And actually, the answers came to me so powerful that sleep is actually the energizer for the soul, and it is the thing that we have to do so we can be more productive on the 2/3 of the other day. And it was astonishing to have this awareness and have this consciousness. So that's why I love both of them, being now a mom for two sons, and I look at their innate intelligence and how they grow and how they prosper. It's amazing feeling. And I actually, yes, want to help every mom all over the world to know how amazing she is and how important she is on this earth. And that is why we are created women. And as one of my Indian gurus told us, he is a man, and he told me that the woman is a divine creature, and without a woman on earth, men can't live. And it was something that is so surprising to me. I told him, "What? How can this be?" And then from this point, it became the journey to discovering how amazing I am as a woman and as a mom and everyone of us here on earth.
Thank you for that, and thank you for realizing that, because I think that realization all of us as women really need to have. We are very. I was recently asked by my niece. She's like, women always have it very hard, and I was like, if you give me a choice in the next life, I would still want to be a woman. I think we are very interesting. I think our life is too interesting. I wouldn't. Like, sorry if Jagat is joining us, and there are many men who listen to it. I just think being a woman is a very it's quite a journey, physically as well for women, birthing and etc. But being a woman is a fantastic thing, and I'm glad you realized it. And having said that, sleep is yet again very highly ignored aspect of a woman's life. And and this is coming from a woman who's not like is coming from somebody like me who's not slept for 4 years now continuously, because my son is a really poor sleeper. I believe in co-sleeping. I'm a very proud Indian believing in co-sleeping. I don't put my children on the other side. And no complaint for women people who do it, but I'm a very big advocate of co-sleeping, because we've done that with our parents. And in today's time, even in India, co-sleeping is not considered a great thing, because it's very, very taxing for mother after a point. And I am quite a witness of why people are telling mothers not to co-sleep. But anyway, so my sons have been co-sleeping. I have breastfed my children throughout 2.5 years. So you can imagine COVID, 100 Mothers Project, a son who gets up with little bit of noise of a bird every 45 minutes, and breastfeeding for 2 years, 7 months in today's time, has taken my sleep for a toll, and I don't know how to sleep anymore. So uh, I would wake up every 2 hours. My body is used to waking up every 2 hours. Very, very active. I have to take help of music. I have to take help of meditation sometimes. I have to take help of telling myself, calm down. I'm very awake after 1.5 hours. My body is used to sleeping, waking up, then trying to sleep, then waking up, and then the cycle. And co-sleeping happens if there's a mosquito bite, then you, to a child, then you're doing the mosquito bite, patching, some lotion, something. So I'm still doing that. People just think it's insane for a mother of a 4-year-old now. I see my second one. So literally my 10 years I have had serving my children in the night, which I thought is a very natural thing to do. So all mothers go through a sleep problem, and that's why I really advocate for Sally's thing of wanting to give that sleep back to mothers. Give them the tools. How do you get back? And not get carried away that if you really want to serve your child when this child really needs you, you can. I mean, we will survive the non-sleep, but if we get the tools, it's a part of self-care that we must accept, we must take. And Sally has been very generous to say that she will be dropping in some checklists, free checklists, her lead magnets, whatever for us, where there'll be a checklist that you can do as a gift to all of us. So we are more than welcome to do it in whatever platforms you see Vidphone. Just put it in the comments. Let women know Sleep is a tick. So, Kartika, financial self care, and I know this is an off conversation. People who come here are talking about self care, and we were talking about, there are a lot of videos, honestly, about how to take care of your skin, how to take care of your hair, how to go to the parlor, how to take an off, how to do meditation. But when we are trying to really benefit the moms here, we need to tell them about the self-care, two aspects which are really ignored. And I am actually, I will not use the word victim, but I'm actually a person who has been both financially giving up everything and serving the child or my profession and sleep. So both of you are literally talking. I'm like probably your ideal client, the niche that you're going to be talking to right now. So when you give tips, Kartika, give it to me because somebody like me would resonate with it. So what happens when a when a mom becomes a mom and she wants to take care of the child full time and she doesn't want to work? But this whole tickling that my money, your money, this money, that keeps coming. And look at the three nods of all three of us saying nodding because all three of us have mothers, so we know that that's a big thing that we are nodding that this tickle happens. When will our money come back? When will children grow? So if you have to give some self-care tips to a mother who wants to be a full-time mother, and there are many, they don't want to go for work. I've spoken to many. They're like, we must because our money would not be there, or we should because we are the breadwinners of the house. But the mothers who really want to do it, how can they build it up over a period of time as a self-care habit so that in 4 years, when the child is settled, you know that you're not empty, but at the same time, don't feel guilty that you've taken the time away from your child. How are the tips? If you have to give easy tips, because you meet many women who deal with this all the time. So if you have to give, and we have to give it, keep it little short tips, so we can have one more question after that, and we can take it from there. So Kartika, give me in points 4 tips, 3 tips you would give to a mom.
First thing, Shikha, first, very important, get rid of that guilt. That
Awesome.
guilt is never going to leave you.
Yeah.
You come what may, you're always going to feel that. I still feel it, but you need to work consciously and just put it away, put it out of the way completely. If you have taken a conscious decision to be with your child full time, that's a very good decision. Stand by it.
Right.
Now, you know that yes, there are two very important things. One, you have to take care of your child, be a full time mother, and also you are craving to get back to what you have left to do
Right.
that.
Right.
Right? So, very important, never pull yourself out completely. Now, in olden days, we didn't have the power of social media. We didn't have LinkedIn. We didn't have Instagram. We didn't have, other social media platforms. Nowadays, women have that advantage where even though they may not be going to work, they can still be connected to their peers, they can still be connected to the industry and keep working towards it. So even when I know a lot of women who sit at home with their children, full time, but they are still very much present within the industry. They're writing articles, they're reading books, they're talking to their peers, they're maintaining their connects and connections, which is very important so that you're not completely out of the circle. Once you're completely out of it, to get back, it's an uphill battle. It's a very, very difficult battle that you have to fight. But yes, if you maintain those connections, if you stay within the industry by connecting yourself to social media, by connecting yourself to your peers, it's not very difficult. And you know what, there is, of course, Shikha, when your child sleeps, you would never be able to sleep, I know. Still you would want to do something else, right? Your brain as a woman, as a mother, is still running. Okay, now what can I do, right? What, utilize that time maybe to do it, because I know you're not never going to sleep, right? Even when your child is sleeping.
Just see what happened with me not sleeping. 100 Mothers Project got birthed when I was raising this one. Yeah. So
Absolutely. And you are the perfect example of that. I know so many times, your little one would be in your arms, he would be sitting with you, and you would still be doing interviews. He was with you all throughout the book launch, all throughout the event. So you are a perfect example of how you know what, another thing, reinvent yourself, which you did very beautifully, right? You were a photographer who would go out, do assignments, work with people on their portraits, on their projects, on their whatever commissions or projects. You reinvented yourself completely, a new person. So you, and look, we talk about it, and there is your older one. so
Yeah,
so you are the perfect example. If you can't do A, then try and see what you can do while you are also trying to be a full-time mother. So, I mean, there are a lot of ways that you can really challenge yourself and become a new person. You did, I think, beautifully. From a photographer who would venture out to now someone who's running this organization, bringing all of us together, and now sitting with us here, interviewing all of us, amazing mums from around the world. You're the perfect example of what reinvention is, as a mother. Then, last thing that I would say, put your goals down always put your goals down on a piece of paper. Put that piece of paper somewhere that you can see and read every day, whether it's your phone screen, whether it's a wall, whether it's your kitchen or your baby's crib, wherever you can really see it, because visualization is what takes you there. you
absolutely.
know you will never forget, I want this, I need to work towards it.
Absolutely. And what beautiful tips. Let me just, and yeah, I sometimes, I don't even realize what I've done sometimes, but thanks for reminding me what I've done. And yes, reinventing is a great way because it keeps you motivated. We are no dearth of talents. We just think we are one person. We are not that one human, that one thing that we became, and then we became a mom, and then we can't become something else. We have picked up many many talents on the way, and if we actually put it on the plate, we can actually maneuver and drop that whole egoistic thing that okay, I can be only this, I can be anything and everything, and I can still feel motivated, and I don't know what will come out of it. True, you said that put your goals. I want must say this to everyone who will be watching the show replay. Many moms do from our group that I had a absolutely a peak performance coach hired the last 4 months, supporting me, telling me sleep, rest, don't go crazy. I actually just half 40 minutes before the launch, when the whole world was going crazy, but this big moment of the book, I went off to sleep. Everybody was looking for me, and I switched off my mobile and I went off to sleep for 40 minutes just before the show was getting launched because I needed to restart, to jumpstart. And this is self care because you can't go overwhelmed anywhere. You make big stages, you can create big things for yourself, but you can't get overwhelmed. You're tired, you're putting yourself against the wind, you're just pushing yourself, and you're saying, now I have to prove it to the world, I have to prove it to my man, I have to prove it to the world. Nothing like that. You still have to do it like a star. And when you do it like a star, you do things like this, like you rest, you get ready, as if everything is perfect. And everyone who's in the book and knows what I was going through at that performance of this, going against the wind to launch this book, doing it myself. So yes, reinvent yourself. Goal setting. I did a goal setting every single week with my peak performance. Every day I had a goal, and I didn't know where I'm going to land. Even if I was being told that you will be crashing to the wall, I had my child. I have pictures of my child in the event, coming in the middle of the thing, crying, and I picked him up. I'm on the mic, and I told people that this is his first public performance. This is his first public performance. He will never be scared of the stage. At age of 4, 3, he's on stage. So that, thanks for these three things, and I will take the last question to Sally before Ayushri will take over, because we really want people to see this, and this is a very very important part of things. Sally, thanks Kartika for all your love and everything to us. Sally, sleep. Okay, the Karthik has given us three incredible points, and I just really think Karthika, you should make a reel on that. They're incredible points for suggestion. Sally, sleep. Hypnosis works for sleep. Sometimes mothers need healing, and so much happens to a mother. It is just not your child. We just keep saying you become a mother and it's your child. That is why you can't sleep, because the child doesn't sleep. Or look at you, you did go sleeping. Or look at you, you did this, and that's why you're in so much trouble. But there's so much activations happens of past lives, of generations, of society, of culture, of things that's happened in your childhood. It all gets activated when you become a mother. With this newborn coming in, like you're holding this newborn and you're like, wow, like now everything is active and I can feel and see and join and do everything that's in my hand. And now, with whatever little I know, I need to raise this person, and I take it personally to take the responsibility now to now bring this life so that he doesn't go in the wrong path or she doesn't go in the wrong path. Because I have boys, so I'm saying he. Um, uh, Sleep goes away because of those reasons also. You are stressed out for the future. You're stressed out because of your past. There are so many things that are bothering you. The society is at you. Now nuclear families is making it more difficult. A village is not raising children anymore. So when you meet mothers and you're talking about sleep to them, what's the three, four tips you will give a mother to say, how to recognize why the sleep is going? I think if that recognition comes, the step starts going towards that rather than just, I'm tired, I'm doing this. So let's do that, and then we'll take it to Ayushri to take over the last question.
Actually, when while I'm hearing you, I'm just revisualizing my journey through this consciousness and awareness, and I found that the first question I answered was self-love. It was really the first question I have to answer: how to love myself more, better, because all the mentors I was uh, learning from were actually saying that you are not loving yourself. Go love yourself first. And then I said, how can I love myself? And why is it is the issue? I do love myself and I have self-confidence and I do a lot of things and I'm happy with what I'm doing. So why are they saying this? This gave me the power to indulge more in self-love and understand it more psychologically, energetically, spiritually, everything, every aspect of it. And what I reached is just I have to simplify everything in my life. I don't have to complicate it. Let whatever be. Let it be as it is. Because this is life. If you don't go with the flow, and this is why we are created women, to just be able to take this flow in and go with it, whatever it is that is happening, whatever it is that is going, because this is growth. If we didn't go with the flow and didn't love the way it is happening and didn't simplify everything, don't put labels, don't do these things that we are used to do with our cultures and our hectic life that we are in. I know it's life is so quickly going. A lot of incidents are going daily, all our lives. But the thing is, let's simplify. Let's don't put labels in everything. Because if we are doing this, will be more elastic. And when we are more elastic, we are in the flow state. This gives you you can just like a phone, the mobile or something. It can, if it is the battery is cut, if you're not charged, it will you can the mobile cannot take the signals from the company of whatever the communication company it's connected to. So we have to be connected to the source because this is the main reservoir of knowledge. And if we are not connected, for us as women, not man, because man has another system, we cannot give because we are disconnected. So the first important thing is to love yourself as it is, simplify everything, and just be connected. When you are connected, you will be elastic. I mean, when you are elastic, you'll be connected. And when you are connected to the source, you'll be just going with the flow. And you'll find like a lot of sparks are coming to you, a lot of downloads are happening that you can deal better with whatever the issues or whatever challenges you are handling. These are the most important thing that really helped me in from 2020 up till now to just be quicker in my progress, be faster, and just do things in less time than I ever thought I can do it in. It is really very amazing the shortcuts that come to me, and it's really helpful. So first thing is to love yourself, appreciate what is happening around you, even if you find that it is annoying or it is just getting some emotions from your heart. these emotions are not from the situation or whatever is happening. This is coming because of whatever you had in your childhood. So just let it go. Don't put labels, and let go and go on and continue with your life. Simplify it, be elastic, and understand who you are and why are you here. The big why that you are living under the I always visualize it as an umbrella with a big why, and I'm living under it. If I'm outside of this why, uh, I will
Okay.
be under
So I'll
storm.
have to take that, Sally. I know I love you a lot, and I know there's so much to offer. But we have to make it so simple for people to take these tips in. Give me 3 quick tips of, you have such an incredible course that I've seen. Okay, you have so much to offer, and you work very hard, and I know that you love women. Give me 3 tips for women to start sleeping, because I think you became a healer. We were talking about you became the healer and you
Yeah.
got carried away as a healer. 3 tips
We
for
have to change our habits. This is the first thing. First habit you can change is stop caffeine after 12 p.m.
right,
Second habit that you can do is to cut off all the distractions before sleeping by 1 hour.
right,
Stop the phone. Just power it off and don't look on any screen, whether it's laptop, TV, whatever. Indulge in relaxing techniques before sleep in this hour. This is your time. This is a very precious time that you have to just focus on yourself, physically, spiritually, mentally. Read a book, a physical book, not an audio one, not on a screen. And you can actually have this time also with your kids, because their innate, pure intelligence will help you just soothe down. So you can read a book with them, indulge with playing with them, do something with your kids, because it's really very powerful.
yeah. Thanks for that,
I
Sally.
hope.
Thanks for that. And the reason I mean, I can go on, we can go on, all of us can go on, because this is what, like, these mothers unleashing themselves. When the world gives them opportunity, we can just go on. And the reason why I'm insisting on this, before I hand it over to Ayushree and Jagat, thank you for coming in, is that we must we must simplify this whole process of self-care financially and sleep. Okay, my children don't let me sleep. I try to do all this 1 hour before, 1 hour later, 2 hours, 3 hours, everything, try, not a chance. And I have another mother who's doing a course, Tamsin, who I'm doing the course on. um, she has a session going on called Stop Yelling at Your Children. And according to her, this yelling only happens when they're about to sleep, like just because you're so tired that you just want them to sleep. And that's where the yelling happens. And the minute you've yelled, your sleep is gone even another level, because your whole system is activated into this thing that, oh my God, I'm screaming and I'm so active. And then, for God's sake, anybody comes in that and tries to tell you calm down, but it's 10:30 and they're not sleeping. And that takes a toll on a mother. It takes a toll on her. I have very young kids, and I'm also talking to very young kids. This phase passes by. I know Sally's kids have grown up. I asked Sally recently, so how do you get this 1 hour care and all? She's like, my child is 11 and 15. So I was like, done. You cross that stage where they dare not even knock your door when you're sleeping. But I am not at that stage yet. So they they dance on my head and they pull things, and then they have to read 25 books before sleeping. And all those books, being a creative person, starts making me dream about, oh, what can I do next? Oh, I can write a book. Oh, I can do this. And that's, I've gone on the laptop and it's 2 o'clock in the night and I'm still working. So self-care, I have to stop. And I'm saying it from my experience with these two incredible women here, because I have to step in now to say, okay, done. Kids are stable. I need to start doing little things so that I'm financially stable. Two, the kids are not anymore a problem. They can scratch their feet if they are up in the night. He's 4 years old. Teach him to scratch his feet. He cannot just keep saying, "Ma, scratch the feet. Mama, do this." We have to stop. We have to stop. And that's where, and this is for co-sleeping parents. And specifically because I'm an advocate of co-sleeping, always children doing that. So that's where something has to stop, and that's where I've woken up and I've said, a pillow in between, a pillow in between. Don't come near me when I'm sleeping. Long pillows have been ordered, like really long ones. The pregnancy ones have been ordered right there. That don't come. Like, don't tell me like he has to touch me and see if I'm there or not. Okay. So I don't know how many people can relate to this, but my little one has to touch me and say, are you there in the night 10 times? And he goes back to sleep in seconds and I'm awake for next 2 hours. And like, oh, and I'm watching a YouTube video, I'm inspirational stuff and everything. So self-care is yes about going to spa, self-care is yes about going to the gym, self-care is yes about taking time off, self-care is also financial self-care is also sleep. Please add these two onto your list as a must, or I will definitely die if I don't do that in the next 1 year. We cannot operate and we will do more damage to our children if we don't do these two things, financial self-care and sleep self-care. We will damage our children in a very big way because all the anger will come there. We will blame them for saying that I was taking care of you, so I didn't do this. I was taking care of you, I couldn't sleep. It is not their problem, it is mine. I need to stop to find some space for my self care financially and stop blaming them for me not having money or me not getting sleep. Okay. And that takes some courage, some goal setting, as Karteekka said, um, accepting yourself and being the situation that's the way it is. Okay. As he said, he has the Four Agreements book. So don't take things personally and do your best. One of the two agreements in that book, which is an incredible book. So with that, I can give it to you. I can go on because I relate in my life. Jagat is here as well. Jagat was nodding a lot. I don't know how much sleep he gets with his little one. Waking him up a lot. So Jagat, go ahead and let's talk about your sleep self-care. Because fathers are important.
Yes, let's hear
No,
that
no,
first before I speak. Yeah, over to you, Jagat. Let's hear from you, like Shikha said.
oh, super. I'm going to say it's a fantastic session. Thanks, Kartika and Sally, for taking time and sharing all these insights. Uh, Again, first time, Shika. To be honest with you, uh, I was hearing and you said that if you had to come back, you would come back as a woman. And trust me, I would not mind. I would want you exactly the way you are. Because for all of us, I think life becomes very boring if there were no women also. Right? It would be a really boring. Well, it would not exist because you would not have like generation. So it's wonderful. I mean, as I said, I grew up with a sister and I co-founded with my then girlfriend, now my wife. So for me, it's like been part of co-ed education all my life. So as I said before, all these sessions that we do for empowerment, I wouldn't say that we personally or I personally have uh, say have anything to do with bias or anything like that. We've never seen or practiced that. But there are a lot of places in the world and in India where it happens, and the whole idea here is to kind of democratize that, right? So I think that's the whole idea. I know it exists and try to solve that to a little bit. Again, kudos Ayushree. It's an awesome session that you put together. My sleep schedules. I don't know if you read the news. In fact, LinkedIn I posted saying that Elon Musk now has claimed that he's launching video chat and you can call without a phone number. I said, wow, that's something that we did in 2016, boys. I mean, like Vidphone we did in 2016. So yeah, past 2 years, 3 years, I think, ever since video conferencing and meetings, we have Google, Microsoft. There's a $2.5 trillion company dumping free product on everybody. We are the only guys in India trying to push secure conferencing and stuff like that. Of course, I don't get much sleep, but yeah, it's part of the job. I think I might as well do it now than do it, not have sleep at 50. So I think about it. And I'm also a dad. 3 years old is my son, 3.5, I think. He used to wake me up in the morning. He used to just come and sit straight on my face. And that's like one hell of a wake up call. So I don't know. I guess we figured it out. Sandy and I as well. We try and see how to do. I love the fact that you sleep, you're all together in the bedroom. I think that's very important. I'm not a fan of sending away the kids so early into his own room and all that. Maybe much later. They're too small, and we would miss those times. So I do get very minimal sleep, but sometimes I sleep a whole day, like literally 24 hours. My wife knows. I'm just sleeping for 24 hours straight. nobody can do anything about it. But yeah, this is tough one, especially driven folks, I think, like us, who always have something to do. That's part of the grind. So yeah, I hope whatever sleepless nights we spend is worth something. That's all I think it's about. And so that's what I got to say about that. Again, thanks to the audience, thanks to all of you guys. Awesome.
Thanks, Jagat. Thanks, Jagat.
Thanks, Jagat.
Yeah, I'll give it to Ayushree. I must say, fathers have stepped in with the sleepless nights, joining us as well. It's no more only women doing it, mothers doing it. It was like that a generation before, but many fathers are. I remember handing over by with the first one. I figured it like, okay, fine, let him sleep. I was being nice and all this. By second time at 3:30, I would just pick him up and I would just give it to him. I'm like, your turn till 7:30. I'm just going off. Your turn. And poor guy at 7:30, 3:30 roaming
Break
around.
time.
Sorry.
Totally. It's my break time, like, I'm
Yeah,
done.
just like, no, I couldn't because the older one would just keep slinging onto me sleeping. I'm just like, I can't do it. And the reason I very openly share my stuff is that it's hats off to, and this whole Mothers Project, including
Yeah.
Jagat now, is absolutely, totally supported by men. I must say this. There are more men supporting this movement at the moment than women are, apart from the 100 women in the book. If I start like mentioning the men who have supported this, it's incredible. From my coaches to my father to my husband to my son, every single one has contributed, saying mothers must rise. And if we don't take advantage of this wave now, then it's not anybody's fault, it's ours. Such powerful women are rising, such powerful mothers are standing up, and for the sake of motherhood, standing up for generational silence. Let's just make these things go ahead. I would love Kartika and Sally to share these bits that they're going to make from the show and share it to their audience, because time
Yeah.
has come. The wave is rising. Let's support it and not complain that mothers are never supported. We are totally supported, and the ones who are not, we are the ones who will take this wave to them. So let's just take that promise and take this wave ahead as much as we can. And Ayushri, to you, I just can't talk about it. But thanks for both you women about, yes, Jagat.
No, I think fantastic. And, Shika, you have a long way to go. Remember that.
Very nice.
100 is a start. So, we are there.
Yes.
Thank you. Thank you for supporting us, Jagat. And I see you in the comments and I see you supporting it and agreeing it, and it shows the mother power in you, behind you.
No, I think
For
it's very important. To be honest with you, I don't even think I'm doing something, out of the thing. I think, look, we come from this culture and this country, our president is a woman, our finance minister is a woman, and, so it's very natural in our culture at least. I will talk about India. I'm not going to talk about other areas because I don't know. But in our country, if we do not have that equal participation, I think we're doing an injustice to the country and the culture. I mean,
yeah.
we never said we have, like, for example, we just pay to Shiva or Vishnu. No, I mean, it's always with both of them. And that's part of our culture. I do believe that we're just doing our job, or the least I can do it.
Yeah, it's incredible. Thank you so much. Ayushri, over to
Yes.
you.
No, thanks, Shikha. I've just been hearing today because I think there's so much to take in from all you wonderful moms, and I'm just nodding and taking notes and
Andy,
just planning. No, obviously you too, Jagat, but I mean the first part. And thanks for coming and sharing. Last time I think
I
we
think we're
missed.
moving on. Yeah,
Last time we were a little over
absolutely.
time, so we missed inviting Jagat, and Shikha told Jagat later. So sorry, that we just had to end the session without really inviting Jagat then. But thanks, Jagat, for joining in early today and sharing your part with
My
us.
pleasure.
Because like Shikha said, it's very important, for us to show the support the mothers have. Because I think, Shikha, in one of our last conversations also, we spoke about how it's just not about empowering or sensitizing the mothers, but also the environment, the people around them. And that's how we all can really make a difference and grow together. So I think it's really important how the men, all in different forms, help us, help all of you. And
Actually, just one last note, right? Since we're on that,
yes,
and I
please.
don't want to involve too much in these shows, so it's all yours. But we're
Yes,
going
no,
through
no,
a journey with my mother, with my wife, and I'm sure all of us go through pretty much same journey. So it's like I was meeting some college students, and they all want to start a company and they want to start a, And there are so many of them today who want to do that, right? And it's a good thing. But I told them that, who taught you to start up? Like, where did you learn to build a product, to get your first few customers? Again, so I think this is a unique phase in civilization at the time. The first time where I think there's so much of empowerment for women. We've spoken about women can actually, and hybrid work. This allows women post pregnancy and post maternity to not keep traveling, especially in Bangalore and stuff like that. I think it's a very unique time. I don't think the rules have been written before on these kind of scenarios. So I think we should all get some small, kind of framework, simple things, and happy to learn. And I think it's very important to do that.
Yes.
Yeah, and just
Sure.
before, I just want to add something to that, because conversations have been interesting, and I think just adding to that, Jagat, is that the I don't know whether it's an appropriate thing to say, but the today's young mother is getting very discouraged to have children. Okay. And the discouragement, when I speak to these young girls, sometimes they're discouraged because of two reasons. If you go deeper, when you go deeper with them, on the surface it is population explosion. We don't want to do that. You go 4 steps deeper with them in the conversation, and you will realize they're scared. They don't want to land up where their mother landed up. Okay. They don't want to sacrifice their career, because they were told as girls that rise and become the highest possible thing that you can by their fathers and mothers. So they feel that the mothers sacrifice, we've become something, and everything will be taken away. Who is responsible for this now? The silence of many mothers who couldn't stand up, who were achieving through and through. There were many strong mothers who were achieving through and through, and that's the reason I'm bringing these 100 stories, is that there were many mothers in our grandmother's generation, great grandmother's generations, where nobody spoke up to take the other mother, to inspire her, to say, if I can do it, so can you. So if the today's child is feeling scared of having children, our species is in a big danger, because we're going to make robots our children and be happy with that. Right? It's all sorted. It's already happening. So that's the reason why, more than rights and marches for the rights, right now we need to bring inspiration. We need conversations and inspirations to go ahead and say to these girls that becoming a mother is a journey that you should or you should not take, depending on what your wish is. But don't not do it because you're scared. Figure it out. Are you not doing it because you're scared, or are you not doing it because you don't want to? There are two different things. And most of them are scared of letting go of their career and getting through and becoming what their moms became. So when you talk to them, they're like, look at my mom. I don't want to be like her. I don't want to do this. Right? So our next generation's nourishing is dependent on today's woman, and her inspiration to become a mother lies to the mothers of today, because we all really benefited, especially in our generations, with men supporting us and women rising in different departments. So that's what I wanted to say.
Yeah. No, thanks, Shikha. I think
Jagat is saying something. We can't hear Jagat, but
we can't hear you, Jagat. I think you're on mute, maybe.
no, we can't hear it.
Can't. We'll just wait for you to get back. By then, thank you so much, Karteekka and Sally, for giving us your time today. I know you both have busy schedules, and in such a nick of time, you guys really agreed to come on the show and share your journeys with us. And I know we have overshot the time too. It always happens on Shikha and my shows, because I think we have so much to talk to all you moms. But Shikha, we have, if Sally and Karteekka are fine with it, we have 2 questions on the chat box, and I think those 2 questions are very key also. That was my question also on tips, Shikha, but I would have to request you to read out the questions, because for some reason I'm just it's not showing up, but I saw that there were 2 questions by Kanchan.
Yeah,
Both
there are
to
2
Karteekka
questions. Yeah.
and Sally.
So, Karteekka, what would your 1 or 3 advice be for women as far as legal aspects are concerned? And Karteekka, let's try to be very precise, but you're more than happy to connect to Karteekka on Messenger. She's very responsive on her Instagram. But Karteekka, if legally, you're lost, what are the 3 advice a woman must have so that she can take care of herself in the department of legal and financial stuff. Three tips. Tips.
Yeah,
What can you give, Kanchan?
yeah, we'll keep
So,
it three. Yeah,
uh, for 1 second, sorry, there is a teenager knocking on my door.
Yeah,
no
yeah.
problem.
So that's a part of
You can
being a
answer
mom.
him. I can take it to Sally, her question. If you want to answer,
Uh,
that's easier for you because you will be more settled
yes,
if you.
probably yes.
I
Sally
can
can
see him
answer.
now. Yeah, I
Take
can
the
see
Yeah,
him.
I can take the door for him. So
I love this part when the children are like showing their real selves. I can see him peeping from behind right there.
Yes.
You're trying to get in. He's
so
like,
I'll just open the door for him while you ask Sally.
yeah,
Yes,
Sally. So
sure,
what
sure.
okay. Sleep, I have gone through your course. Let me just tell you very lovingly that you're very humble not to tell us so much about sleep, but your affirmations. What is the affirmations that you would want to give a mother before she can sleep and she can feel that she deserves the sleep and she must sleep by doing this? Like, give us one like just a 2 minute thing because we need to wrap up the show. So,
Yeah.
what can you tell a mother about affirmations she can do uh, and what are
Actually,
the
I have
mistakes?
I have a book about affirmations, and it has a accompanied meditation that is, um, you can choose the meditation from the book and do the meditation, the affirmation from the book and do the meditation with it. And actually, it has also a breathing exercise in the meditation that actually aligns your energy, your chakras, your whole system so you can easily sleep. If done properly and continuously, you will just get on sleep easily because I now can just, because I have a lot of meetings in different time zones, so I sometimes get to sleep late. And this disrupts my sleep wake cycle. But with these meditations and these affirmations, I got to just realign myself again and rewire my subconscious mind to get to sleep easily and quickly.
Can you give us
Um,
one affirmation, Sally, as a gift to
Actually, the affirmation has rules. First thing, make it brief, and make it in the present tense, in the past tense. Don't make it
give us
in the
one?
future tense. I'm sleeping every day. I'm sleeping easier and quicker. For example, this can be one that is easier and do it. But affirmation alone will not do something. You have to do the meditation with it. It must be done together.
Right.
So, if anybody wants to just have this, it's my pleasure to help and my pleasure to give it for anybody who would like to, and especially for Vidphone because of this amazing people. Yeah, I can just give them some gifts about it.
Yeah.
Thank
Thank
you
you.
so much, Sally. Yeah, thanks a lot for agreeing to share it. I'm sure there would be people, and we would surely reach out. Over to you,
Kartika,
Shikha. Yeah.
Kartika.
Yes, Kartika.
Okay. So one tip that I would want to give everyone is you need to learn and educate yourself about your rights. That is one. And when I talk about rights, I don't mean what happens when somebody abuses you or what happens, when you are, in a distress situation. No, when I say rights, what it means is what happens if you are in a situation like death of a spouse, job loss, or divorce, separation, death of parents. So these things women need to be very, very aware of. They need to know, how transfer of assets take place. What is it that you need to do in situations like these? Who do you need to get in touch with? Or before this, what steps should you take to make this journey or make this, transfer or transition easier? So all these things women really do not pay attention to a lot of times. Like, I mean, I would give an analogy, and I always give that analogy that, my husband would always call and ask me, so, what is his timetable, our sons, and, when is the parent teacher evening? What is happening in school? How men leave everything to mothers most of the times, when it comes to children and their education, their care. Women tend to leave everything on the other side to them. So whether it is your father or your brother or your husband, you tend to see, okay, fine, they will take care of it because I'm taking care of this part. Yes, yes, we are together in this journey. We have to divide portfolios, probably, yes. We have to divide responsibilities, but at the same time, both of us should know at least some part of what the other person is doing. I mean, life is always unpredictable, right? And we need to be prepared for any situation. So we can't just keep our ears shut and eyes closed and let the other person handle everything.
I also want to just request you for one thing, for your audience and for any audience here. Can you give us a checklist that women must have? I know you might have to create it.
Well, I,
Checklist that, yeah,
hmm,
just
sure.
as a
Oh, you
gift,
want to say a written one?
like a written one checklist.
Yeah, sure.
Whenever
100%.
it'll be nice to share it. We will
Yes,
rotate it as a gift if we can. If I love you a lot and I can just directly ask you for this gift, because if we don't
100%.
benefit out of this time spent, I'm taken time off,
Yeah.
Jagat has taken time off, Sally has taken time off. If we can't benefit anybody from it, this legal thing will really benefit. The sleep checklist will
Yes.
really benefit, because at least they can do check, check, check. Because we can keep telling them do, but they don't know what to do. So if you have a checklist, you say at least 1 to 10, I have done 5 things. The next 5 needs to be
Yes.
done. I can reach
Yes.
out to Karteekka or find out more how to do it. And I know you have launching many programs now as well where people can step in and do it. So
Correct.
it'll be a
Absolutely.
gift I'm asking you directly, for not
No,
only
no,
this,
no,
for
no.
all the 100 moms, for everybody, because it'll be very beneficial. So thank you
It
so much.
will definitely be an honor to do
Yeah.
that. So I'll definitely prepare something for you all.
Thank you so much. Yeah, Ayushree.
Yes. No, thanks, Kartika and Sally, for beautifully sharing those and also agreeing for the wonderful gifts that you have agreed to share with obviously our audience, both our networks, the Mum Network and Vidphone and many others. We hope to share it across. And, that's the entire point of what we are doing, to be able to share these key things so that mums can actually benefit. And like Shikha said, we actually give them a checklist. So with that, I think we come to the end of today's show. But thanks a lot again. It's been really amazing speaking to you both. I would just like to take a minute to tell you, because I know Shikha told a bit about Vidphone, but I'd just like to add that at Vidphone we are opening up this platform to you. This is one part of what you see here, right here, where we are opening up this platform for shows like this. Where everyone can come and speak their stories the way they want, like collaborations with Shikha and many others. This is a part of outreach and really giving people this platform. But the major part of what we do is also helping, individuals, helping SMEs build their and craft their customer journey on the platform. Their customer journey, engaging with their employees, all based on video. We have a stack of video communication tools. We have a set of tools that we really feel can benefit an entrepreneur, a solopreneur, and a startup, to really do everything, a lot of their work on a single platform. So please feel free to check our site out or reach out to us, and we would be doing a lot more this. Do join us. This is just the second session. We have a lot more coming up with Shikha and more wonderful moms. Kartika and Sally would love to see you in the subsequent sessions too. The recording of this session would be available on the same link after we are done with the session. And like Shikha said, we'll be sharing shorter clips out on our networks and also with you both. Please feel free to share those so that this conversation can reach a lot more people. So that's all. Thanks, Shikha, for again co-hosting this and wonderfully bringing these moms to our platform.
Thank you so
Thank you
much.
so much.
Thank you
Thank
so
you.
much.
Have a
Bye.
great evening, everyone.
Thank you,
Yes. Thanks,
everyone.
Jagat. Thanks, Jagat. Bye.